Welcome back, everyone. We're back again with Boston United on our journey through Premier League football and our first season in continental football with the Europa League, or as it's called in this, the Euro Cup. We've gone through the draws and stuff and gotten everything. The only thing I'm a bit confused by is when we were going through the draw, I thought we would have been a third choice seed, or third or fourth, basically. We ended up being fourth, but somehow Everton ended up being third. Like, they didn't win any cups or anything, and they had to go through qualifiers, but they somehow gone to third. I don't understand how that worked. You'd think in our situation we'd be third and they'd be fourth, but I don't know. Kind of happy we didn't get them, because Everton ended up in Juventus, Genk, Breda, and themselves, so that'll be a tough side in itself. But we are in Group J, with Basel, Dynamo Kiev, and Schalke. It's definitely a winnable group, or at least get outable group. I fancy our chances. Looks pretty decent. We're going to be playing Basel today, so it's not too bad. So we'll see how we do. Basel will probably like a lower Premier League squad. I think Kiev are probably like maybe mid-table, I'd assume. But I think we'll probably be able to get something done on them. Since we last met, we've actually been playing pretty well. We first played against Wolves, where we drew 0-0. Went up against Arsenal, had a 2-2 draw. Kind of annoying. I suppose it kind of ended up... It's kind of annoying, but at the same time I'm really happy it happened, because otherwise we would have lost 2-0. We pretty much scored 2 goals in the last... Premier League. In the last 20 minutes or so. Went up against Man City, and... like, when I show you the stats, it looks like they absolutely bossed us. In terms of shots, they did, but actually if you go into stats, we had a very similar game to them. Like, the amount of passes they had, like, they had a 79% pass accuracy out of 330 out of 420, basically, and we have about 280 out of 390. So, like, we're fairly similar, and our tackles won and everything, and headers won, so, like, we kind of played them. And I went for this kind of different formation, just to throw something different at them, because every time we played them it's a 4-3-3, and we did pretty well. We gave away a penalty and a stupid goal, which I was so annoyed about in the moment, because pretty much Vinicius Jr. picked up the ball at the halfway line, and all someone had to do was just come across and block him. He just runs from pretty much their box up to our box, whips it in, and Mbappe scores. So we also gave away a penalty, which is kind of annoying. But then I opted to... I found out we kind of were sitting back too much, so I decided to, sometimes in games, to change my tactics from counter to standard. I just thought, you know what, for the first few minutes we'll go on attack, because Crystal Palace in around our level. Went attack, and it was 4-0. We had 2 goals disallowed, I want to say. Yeah, 2, because Ryan scored 1. He was pretty much onside. It was annoying. Like, technically he wasn't onside. I'd say it was probably all of about an inch or 2 off, but Hazard was disallowed a second goal, and he was on just pretty much a foot or 2 away from the goal, but he was in line with a defender, and they marked it as an offside goal, which I thought was absolutely stupid. Yeah, Rion's been in some pretty good form. He's got 2 assists there. Then we went to Brighton, and he got another... I think he got an assist? No, he didn't, but he played pretty well. Actually, in this game where he got disallowed a goal as well, was kind of annoying. Nartis got a brace, Ponzio scored, and Freddie, it really should have been, I want to say Hazard, who got the... Yeah, it was against Woodman, because he whipped it in, hit off the post, and then bounced off Woodman's back, and it went in. So we're doing pretty well. We didn't have a lot of possession in that game, but we were winning, so I'm thinking about going attacking again against Watford. They have a kind of similar side to us, and we'll see how it goes. I've also pissed off Noah Home, or Noah Home, however you say it, because in our, in our Euro squad, I needed to have 25 players, you had 4 homegrown club players and 8 homegrown nation, but unfortunately the way it worked out was that I needed some more players, so I wanted some extra defenders, extra midfielders, and utility players like Virtue and stuff, who can play in pretty much every single role across the back line, bar keeper, of course. But we ended up having to drop a striker, and I opted for Noah Jean because he's just been atrocious whenever I played him. Like, in fairness to Treo, he always kind of does a decent enough job, and he gets a few goals now and again, so I opted to put him in over the other guy, over Jean, and unfortunately he got pissed off and he's really unhappy, so more than likely we'll be selling him in January. Thankfully, hopefully make a bit of cash on him because he'll be maybe a top side Premier League player. But yeah, so we'll go against Watford today. I've been playing Agensteiner just because Navarro picked up a groin strain, so he was out for about, I'll say, 2 weeks, and Agensteiner's been playing pretty well. He's on 7.80. I think he's got an assist. He's got an assist or two. If I click on him, he's got 1 assist, so he's not doing too bad. Yeah, we'll give him another chance today, see how he does. Laird's been in good form, the back line's been good. We have a few injuries at the moment. Bowler's out, Zimmerman's also out. He had a tendinitis, and Shaw had, I want to say it was something to do with his femur, or maybe an extended knee or something. And Bowler had a groin strain. There's a bit of them going on at the moment. I don't know what's going on. We might need to change up our... I'm not resting them as much as I normally did, so that might be why. I kind of forget to do it in between games. But yeah, so we're going to get into it. Also, the best part is that Bowler and Doyle both dropped their qualms for want to be transferred, which is great. And so everyone's doing pretty well. I'm also playing Ponzio as a pressing forward. I might actually train him as that. He's a natural advanced forward, but what is his stats like for pressing? Not amazing. We'll try him as advanced forward today, just see how he goes. I normally play him as pressing, and he's kind of in that hole where he kind of creates space and he does a pretty well link-up play. And I haven't been able to drop Hazard. He's been playing pretty well. Like, I was kind of hoping to have him as a rotation player. Also, we have where is Hagnew? Oh yeah, Hagnew had a Cole thing, so Harper stepped in for him. So we're going to put Hagnew back in there because he's a mainstay on that left wing, or left side of centre mid. We'll see how the lads do, anyways. I'm not sure if I changed up the formation as well for the centre backs to both be playing as cover on defend. So we'll see how that goes. Nothing but a win, and I have faith in you. Send the old assistant, and we'll hop this onto attacking. And we'll see if anything actually does come out of this, because it'd be a good test, because Watford are a pretty decent side, so if we can actually dominate more and get more goals, that'd actually be impressive. We might be able to change up our whole play style. The only thing I find when we go attacking is we get a shitload of yellow cards. Like, I mean, like the last 3 games, we must have picked up at least 15. Like, I don't know what it is, we just get goals galore. Hagnew's first goal of the season, and assist by Narty. He's having a hell of a season, and he was injured for the first, I want to say, 2 or 3 games. Scoreboard, I think he scored 3 goals already, and he has 2 or 3 assists. So he's doing pretty good. And Hagnew, if he can have another season like he did last year, that would be outstanding, because he got, I want to say, 7 goals and 10 or 11 assists, which is outstanding for like a 19-year-old centre mid. And unfortunately, he doesn't count towards our players being at the club for 2 years, because technically he's been here for about 19 months, which kind of sucks. So he kind of missed out on the Europa League not having to register him. So if I was able to play him without having to register him, we would have got through, been able to have Noah Jean. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case, but I was not going to drop him for Noah Jean. And we have Pridgeon on the bench as well, so he could come on and do something today. Gibbs got a goal the other day, but I'm not too sure on him at the moment. He's a bit lackluster. And Oberon's not been doing too bad as well, surprisingly. Stay on this attacking style. We're not having as much possession as I want, but it's not bad. The difference is minute. Like, it's essentially the same. I know it's 15, 51, or now it's 52, 48, but it's essentially negligible. We'll leave Doyle for another few minutes. We'll leave him till halftime. We'll see how the squad's looking then. If he drops down to like a 6.4, 6.3, then we'll take him off. But it's not too bad at the moment. Ponzio, once again, I think pressing forward is the right striker to have in this formation, unless you're ridiculously pacey like Prigent, when he has about 18 pace, where like you can't be that far forward because he'll just rip you a new one if you just give him a yard of space. Like, his finishing isn't ideal, but I don't know, it's a weird one. And Sist will probably somehow assist or score this. Do they have their own bowler? I can't click on number 8. They do. Of course, I called it. Sisto scored. That's annoying. We'll stay on attacking. We just couldn't get out of our box there. I'm going to take off Ponzio as well. And Doyle. We'll make that double change now. Actually, we'll throw on some blistering pace. Just to throw a spanner in the works for him. And we'll get on Harper. Just for that, just that dynamic energy in midfield. He can be a bit atrocious at times, but I think he could be the man to just physically alter the game, because they're a very physical unit. But like, throwing him in there and just running amok, he could cause them problems. And Prigent in behind could cause them problems with that. What was he? 16 pace, 17 acceleration. He's not the tallest, but he'll cause some problems. And if we get a penalty, he's got a pretty good shot. Play down the wings, I think. Just maximize our space. No, lads. Oh, for fuck's sake, Sisto, he's constantly causing us problems. I can't go off attacking now because we need to stay on him. But overlap as well. See if we can create something. Work in the box slightly more direct and a higher tempo, I guess. And maybe go a little more wide, just to spread them a bit. He's always causing... I was looking at signing him in the summer as well. It's bloody annoying. Actually, I was looking at him, but we can't afford his wages. We could have afforded him at 43 million, but his wages are just blow us out of the water. I think our max is about 80. And that's like... If that's the case, I think there's a couple players who are on matching signing bonuses or whatever, so that would have been fairly detrimental to the rest of the squad. We'll make one more change. I think we'll get Gibbs on for Rion, because Hazard's been surprisingly having a good game. Try him out there, and we can't make any other changes. Agassiner's not having an amazing game, 6.4. It's not terrible, but it's not great. But it's a good test, I think. This, just seeing how we do going attacking, like fully on attacking against them. We'll very attacking, and maybe standard line. That could have been a better situation. Pass into space. Let's see if we can get some of this for the last few minutes. Jude Bowler. And we bloody scouted. Oh, I thought it was going to be a goal for a second. That's probably it. Come on, lads, do something for us. Show some passion. That'll probably piss him off. Oh, Gibbs, that was a terrible fucking pass. One thing that lets Gibbs down on the wings, his passing is not outstanding. Okay, it was a good test to see how we do. The last time we played him, we were not the favourites at all for this, but Hagnew had a good game, so that's always good to see. Maybe should have gone on counter after we got the goal. I don't know. You could definitely see the game kind of changed after the halfway mark, so that's probably when we should have changed it, but it's a good test nonetheless, because we played 6 games and we have points, which isn't too bad. We're on course. So if we went, what's it, 38 divided by 3, it's about 36.6 or 12.66666. So what's that? So if we get 12 wins, 12 draws, and say 13 losses, that's 37. So 13 draws, that is 26. That's actually fairly bad. 36 plus 13, so 40 something. We got 50 last season, so probably looking for a bit of a step up, but it's not too bad considering where we are 6 games in. We're only a handful of points out, but I suppose the top 5 already starting to slip away. Man United, Chelsea, like we're already 2 points outside the top half, which leads Tottenham, Wolves. Okay, that's gonna be our main thing anyways, but we'll get into this Basel game. I'll bring you guys back for that in a moment. See you guys in a few. Welcome back, everyone. So we're going again against Basel in the Europa League. I decided to change pretty much just the striker and a left back. I'm putting Navarro back in just to get him back to full fitness and give him some game time. I didn't think Agustina was amazing last game, so I think Gerardo could provide a bit more cover there. And also we're opting to go with Gibbs up top over Ponzio. I know Ponzio is technically the better striker, but Ponzio is a bit hit or miss, I find it at the moment. He has one goal and 3 assists in 6 games, so it's not too bad. We'll look at Gibbs' stats. I don't think he's actually played that many. 4 off the bench appearances, 1 goal, 6.87, 100% shots on target, 1.53 dribbles, and 72% pass accuracy. We'll give Gibbs the game today because this is Europa League and give him a chance to shine, and then Teo will be our super sub regardless. And if being, we could also throw Ponzio on the left wing, similar to what we do with Gibbs, so it's not too bad. But yeah, we'll get into it. Bowler's still out, and Zimmerman's still carrying a knock, and Shaw is almost back to full fitness, but not 100%. So we'll get into it. Otherwise, we'd probably have Zimmerman on the bench, or definitely Bowler anyways. Bowler's definitely a good option on the bench, or even to start. But yeah, they're running a 4-2-3-1, so it's kind of similar. There's no one I really recognize there, like real life players, so hopefully they're not too good. Show us what we can do. Send the assistant. See what the lads get up to. I'm going to stay on counter for a bit, but we might go attack. So much for that. Rian got a goal, and Haganu with assist. I wouldn't really call that assist. He just passed in the ball from there, from kickoff. And Rian just ran. Who knows, he might be our Ronaldo this season. And he chipped the keeper. Oh my god. 18 seconds into the goal. Or 18 seconds into the game and a goal. I wonder if that's a record. So we'll stay on counter anyways because we're goal up, so we can kind of sit back now. That is ridiculous. It's a very black and white kind of games in comparison to the last episode or last game. It's a bit mental. Their team's picking up a lot of yellow cards. Yeah, we'll tell the team to work in the box a bit more. It's just so we're not having pot shots from range. I want us to take the most amount of, or the maximum amount of, from our chances. Make it a little more balanced. Just because they're starting to get a bit of a strangle onto the possession. I know it's only 52%, but that could eventually lead up to like 60 and then it's eventually 70, and that's not what you want. Especially if we're playing on the counter. Oh, Gibbs. Oh, you gotta be taking that, lad. In that moment, he should have taken it with his right and tried to place it right past the goalkeeper, but of course he would have gone left. Or with his left foot, I mean. That's my only issue. Rian's picked up a knock. Crap. Hopefully he builds back up into this. fucking hell. And Hagenay with another assist. Jesus, he's very Ronaldo-esque at Real Madrid. Just the way he's just running through teams. Just picks up the ball on the left wing and no one's getting near him. He does have about 17 pace, that's probably why. His finishing's not amazing, but he's only 20 at the moment, so that can still improve. But damn. For 20 million, he's starting to look a bit of a bargain. I know it's too early to say, but Jesus. I was going in for, there was him or another guy I was looking at. Both would have cost me about 31 million in the long run. Rian was 20 million up front and that's about 12 additional things that add on. I think if he scores 50 goals and all these kind of really high things, he eventually go up to 11 million. And then we had to pay 31 million up front for the other guy. Rian's about 7 years younger and was at about the same level, so I thought Rian was the better option. And he's Premier League proven, and he's caused problems for us last season, so we were able to get him for slightly cheaper because West Ham got relegated. Damn, and Hagenay with 2 more assists. He just seems to like to get them assists. Last season it was from the left to the right, now it's just pass it and Rian just run straight through. Ooh. Pulled knee ligaments, we gotta get him off. I do not want to risk that. We'll put Gibbs out there and we'll get Ponzio up top, I think. Just try him as the advance forward. Oh, do not be injured, Rian. He's also a wonder kid, which is great, so as long as this injury is not fucking something serious and they're not just hacking up. I'm pretty sure he's not injury prone. Yeah, it wasn't anything too, it's just like a pulled groin strain, like small things. They're not like gashed up in knee. There's nothing in there that says like injury prone, it's just small stuff like the groin strain. That's kind of natural because they happened within close proximity of each other, so it's not too worrisome. But as long as he doesn't start developing knee ligament injuries. Oh, fuck, another injury. Harper. Bruised knee. Hopefully these are not serious injuries. We do not want these because we've had a few injuries at the moment. And centre mid is not where we're strongest this season. I opted to go a bit lighter and just have a bit more. We're lighter in midfield, but we have more quality, so it's a weird kind of conundrum in comparison to previous seasons. And then we have players who have a lot of versatility, like likes of Virtue and stuff, who's still on the bench, and then Perez, who can play pretty much across the front three, striker, centre mid. I think he can also play CDM. Probably not. No, centre mid, but like he can do a job. Striker, cam, right mid, left mid, centre mid. So he's a bit of a versatile one. I was looking to offload him though in the summer, to tell you the truth. He's never seemed all that there for me. I think we'll get Narty off, and we might just should we give our captain a run of the team, and we'll put on ball winning midfielder. Support, I guess, yeah. Nope, yeah. Ball winning midfielder on support, I guess. Throw him out there for a few minutes, see if he can do anything, and in case they decide to start going for something. Hopefully this is just a highlight for our substitution. So much for that. Okay, so then I think we'll still make that change. Will we go defensive? Yeah, I think we will. We'll just waste some time. Hit early crosses. Well, we have an advance forward, and he's good in the air, so make full use of that. Their entire front line got injured, and they're going 3 up top as well. Shite. 3 midfield. Maybe we'll go counter then. Team instructions. Don't want to go too far back in transition. Distribute over to that opposition's defense. There's only 3 of them, so we might be able to find some space in the channels and get a 3rd goal in here. just to be safe. Actually, did we change Ponzi up to? We did. That's a bit alarming. Maybe we should have put Treo on. Oh, thank God. I thought we were going to lose that for a second, or lose that win for a second. Good win. That's kind of good. We had some injuries, so that's kind of where we kind of fell down. I think if we had a better option on the left, we probably would have been a bit better. 2 to 3 weeks, 2 days. Jesus, 510k. Not bad. 2 to 3 weeks is not great though. So he's out. Doyle's out. Squad's starting to look a bit thin with injuries at the moment. We can go for the 4-1-3-2 formation with the 2 strikers, and we can mix around. Hazard can also drop into center mid, so it's not the worst thing. But yeah, we'll end it there. It's not too bad of an episode. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.